Hey friends, welcome back to the podcast. My name is Christy Thomas and I'm here for a little coffee heart to heart with you today. Let's keep calm and mother on. Mothering is way too important to do alone and way too serious to be serious all the time. And I am here shoulder to shoulder with you, mothering and enjoying life together. This is the podcast where you can focus on being mindful and taking a deep breath with me and learning new things so you can pause and savor the amazing life you already have. So it's been a little bit quiet over here and it's time for some updates, a bit of a reflection, and something I hope will leave you feeling uplifted and inspired and seen. First, let me say how much I've loved sharing this space with you. Whether you've been here since 2018 or if you just found the podcast recently, your presence here has meant the absolute world to me. The conversations we've shared, the laughter, the tears, the asking the hard questions to authors, because goodness gracious, we all know that there's questions we want to ask a parenting book author after they wrote the book. It's been such an incredible journey. And thank you for showing up and listening and being part of this one-of-a-kind community. Now, I have some news. The podcast is going on a little bit of a hiatus. But before you start feeling sad, let me tell you, this pause is happening for all of the best reasons. We're in a big season over here. My oldest is graduating high school this year. And let me tell you, this is one of those once in a lifetime moments, right? And I want to completely savor it. I want to be present and I want to not feel like I'm letting you down by not showing up here consistently. It's emotional and beautiful, and I know that this moment and next year when it's my middle kid, this is a time I will never get back. And on top of that, my work life is buzzing, and my soul has been whispering to me for a while that it's time to winter. I don't know if you've read that book, Wintering, but it's a good one. It's time for winter. So that for me means it's like the tulips in my backyard that I planted. It's time to pause and rest and recharge and just embrace a slow, quiet, dark, as in not public season. It's about leaning into this bit of life and showing up as my best self, not just for you, but for me and my family, but most importantly, me. I know I've said me twice, but as we've talked about over and over again on this podcast, you are the thermostat of your family. You help do the emotional regulation as the mom. For better or worse, that's just the magic of being a mom. Some people see it as a negative and they complain about it and the emotional labor. And I know that's a big topic right now, but it is. It's the gift of motherhood, that level of influence. And also, if a mom is the one that's able to be joyful and playful and laugh, then that sets the tone of the family. And right now, my soul has been buzzing for a while and whispering to me. And I felt guilty for not making this announcement. But we've had a whooping cough and we've had a season of really just a lot. And so I just want to be honest here and remind you that self-care is not a luxury. It is 100% a necessity, especially when life feels chaotic. It's more important than ever to take the time to breathe, to pause, and refill your own cup. In fact, you're the only one who can take care of you. That is in your circle of control. So even though the podcast is taking a break, I hope that we can really still stay connected. I'll be sharing on Instagram still at Everyday Christy. You can find the link to it in the show notes. You can also find my Facebook page, You're the Right Mom. I think that's what it's called, or Good Enough Moms. I will link it in the show notes. And I'd love to hear from you. Pop on over to those places and say hi. But in the meantime, I encourage you to listen to some other podcast episodes that were your favorite here. Check out my book, You're the Right Mom. You can find it on Amazon. It's packed with wisdom and love and antidotes. You can learn why I've called poison control and what I think when I see a kid melting down at the grocery store, or what I do when my teens are cranky. Those notes are in that book. But this is not goodbye, okay, friends? This is just a pause. But I don't have an exact timeline for when the podcast will return. Just like we never have an exact timeline of when the tulips will bloom in the spring, I promise when it does, though, it will be vibrant and better than ever. I'm already dreaming up the next evolution, the exciting plans here for more online gatherings and ways to connect us more as a community. Because as we learned from the Surgeon General this fall, parents are stressed. Mothers are stressed and they're lonely. And I want to pause and figure out how I can honestly show up for both you and for I here. Before I go, though, I want you to remember this. You are so very loved. The work you do as a mom is world changing. It is life and universe changing. And it doesn't always feel that way. In fact, most of the time, it doesn't feel that way. But you cannot understand the impact you are making. And I am so grateful and glad to be part of this journey. Thank you for listening, for sharing, and for growing with me. You have been such a light in my life, and I hope that I've been the same for you. Okay. But before we go, let's take a moment to breathe together. Wherever you are, sit comfortably or stand still. Roll your shoulders, wiggle your toes, shake your hips, and feel your body. And let's take 3 deep breaths. Ready? Inhale through your nose. Hold it for a moment. And now exhale through your mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale through your nose. Feel the rise of your chest. Pause. And exhale through your mouth. Let go of any tension. One more time. Inhale, filling your whole body with peace and gratitude and love and compassion and joy. Ready? As you hold, imagine all of those things as different colors floating around you. And now exhale, releasing any of the stress or worry or fear that you're holding on to. You are exactly the right mom for your kids. You have always been enough just as you are. You are loved and lovable, and here on earth at this exact moment, listening to this on purpose and for a purpose. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me be part of your story. And until we meet again on Instagram or Facebook or in some of your older favorite episodes, or maybe in real life, take care of yourself and know that I am cheering you on, and I will always cheer you on every step of the way. You are a good enough mom.